everybody, it's Etan. I am at the bottom of the Arroyo Seco, just on the western edge of Pasadena. And behind me is the first bridge that I have visited as part of my Etan Does LA project. This is the Loma Bridge. It was constructed in 1914, just a year after the Colorado Street Bridge, just a little bit east here. And it's often called the little sister bridge of the Colorado Street Bridge. So why is this on the National Register? There are a few examples. One of them is just as an example of bridge design. So this is a great example of concrete reinforcement and open spandrels and arches that engineers were using at this time in the early 20th century. But in addition to the fine engineering here, it also speaks to the importance of transportation and the growth of automobiles and their use in the 19-teens. So a little bit of history here. Back when this was built in 1914, Pasadena was burgeoning. It was a second area of development, actually. And the area just west of the bridge was called San Rafael Heights. It was part of a ranch that was bought in the late 1800s by the Campbell Johnston family from England, and their kids, a few brothers, were looking over the property. At the time, there was no way to get across from San Rafael Heights to Pasadena in the east. And so the Campbell Johnston brothers decided to build a bridge back in 1898. At the time, they called it the California Street Bridge. And it helped with transportation, getting from here to there. It was one of the only ways that you could get across the Arroyo Seco at the time. But they also built it to make money. It was a toll road that was going through their property. So the bridge back then was not this concrete structure built to last. They made it out of timber and steel. And after about 15 years, it was deteriorating. It was deemed a safety hazard. And so I believe it was LA County took over and they built the Loma Bridge. So aside from some changes in the balustrade and some wrought iron lighting standards that were removed, Loma is pretty much the same as it would have looked back then. So walking across it, you really get to go back over 100 years in history, and you're taking the same route that people would have back then. Now, if you happen to be crossing it in your car, either going east or west, it is a total treat. Not only are there great views either way through the Arroyo Seco, but San Rafael as a neighborhood is just one of my absolute favorite places in Los Angeles. Lots of terrific architecture, lots of nature surrounding it also. Some incredible stairs that we just walked up, the Elmwood stairs. And of course, off to the east of this bridge, you have some of the greatest craftsman houses that were ever built, really. The ones that set the standards in Pasadena and for the world. So my daughter and I are gonna go take a walk across it and experience it from the top. Thanks for doing LA with me.